What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you had a great day so far today. Hope you all had a great weekend. Um, Getting into this episode of GH, I enjoyed this episode. I really did. I had a good time with this episode. I am freaking loving Trina and Rory. I'm loving them to death as a couple, as a potential couple. I'm loving it. I mean, he just makes everything so much easier for her. Like she's going through a hell of a lot right now. And I do mean a lot. On the verge like getting kicked out of school, on the verge of going to prison, all this stuff, and he just takes her mind off of all of that stuff. He takes her mind, he just you know, helps her forget her troubles. And I love that. He's like the peace in her life. When all this hell is breaking loose around her, he's the calm. He's that peace. And that's what you need in a relationship. You need somebody who's gonna bring peace to you. Not stress, not more stress, but peace. And that's what Rory brings. And I'm here for it. Cause she was looking for a distraction. And Rory was like, shit, I hope I could be that for you. And that man made her brownies. He had me at brownies. Like, Trina better get with him and stop thinking about Spencer and all that foolishness. Get with this one. He's the winner. Drop that chicken dinner. Get with a winner. I'm just saying, like, the man had me at brownies. I mean, I'm just saying. Um, and then when he was calling her beautiful, when they kissed, and he was just so apologetic about it because he was like, I hope I didn't overstep. She said, nah, you didn't. I said, I know that shit right, Trina. Let that man kiss you. You know what I'm saying? Because she knows she was enjoying it. And I loved it when Spencer was walking by and Spencer saw it. I loved every second of it. I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trina deserves some happiness. And if Rory can be that for her, I say more power to you. Let it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, let him guide you. Let him be the man for you. Cause like I said, Trina, she needs a man, not no boy. Um, so speaking of Spencer, Esme looked like she was about to shit bricks when she saw Sonny walk up. Like she was just shaking in her boots. And she wasn't even wearing boots. But if she had invisible boots, she was shaking in them shits. I'm just saying. And Sonny pretty much told her, like, listen, I ain't gonna harm you yet. I love how Sonny just be putting the fear of God in people. um, she couldn't get up out of there fast enough when he said he needed to speak to, Spencer alone. Sonny is not thrilled with Spencer. I wish that Spencer would have let him in on the actual plan and let him know, like, oh, I'm just pretending so I can get the goods on her. But, he had to keep up the facade that, he's with Esme and he believes in her and stuff. And Sonny was like, all right. He said, I really hope that you know what you're doing. And you start making the right choices in your life. But Spencer knows that his time is running out. His time to get dirt on Esme is running out. And he knows it. I mean, the trial is literally in less than 24 hours. Like, the trial is tomorrow. He's running out of time. And I feel like his plans haven't been working. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of his plans so far have really been panning out. So he might want to clue in some more people and speed this thing up and come up with a better plan, because this one ain't amounting to nothing at this point. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, Michael and Willow, they went over to Sonny because Sonny spotted them or whatever across the room, and Willow went over there to thank Sonny or whatever for helping her when she fainted and whatnot. Michael couldn't have got out of there fast enough. Like, he just looked tense around Sonny. Like, he just looked like he just couldn't stand to breathe the same air that Sonny was breathing. And, Sonny made it clear. He was like, well, he considers Willow family. Because to him, she is his family still. Even if Michael doesn't see them as family anymore, Sonny still does. You could tell by the look on Willow's face, she wanted to tell Sonny about the pregnancy. She definitely did, but when she looked at Michael, you could tell that she changed her mind when she got a glance at Michael, because she knew Michael wasn't gonna be happy about it, and Michael didn't want to tell Sonny or whatever, because he's pretty much sees Sonny as a non-family at this point, persona non grata. So he's like, yeah, we're not telling him nothing, because he don't want to tell Sonny nothing. I could see Sonny getting irritated again when he finds out Willow's pregnant. Everybody else knew about it except him, because he already felt isolated from the family. I mean, it's Sonny's own doing, though. I'm just saying. You know, you chose Nina over that, over the family. You know, that's how, you know how, like, Sonny, of all people, should know how his family is. They feel betrayed. So, you know, he just gonna have to play this one out for a little bit longer. So anyway, moving on from that. Um, Olivia is still harping on this hotel business or whatever because Carly's financial advisor um tried to advise her not to take out a loan. Carly is continuing to turn everybody down for, you know, to help her out. She's turning everybody's money down. Sonny, Olivia, Ned. She's turning everybody down. And now Michael found out about it, and Michael was like, well, I want to buy it. And she even turned him down. My thing about Carly is, I will say, I respect the fact that she's not taking anybody's handout. Even though people are not doing this as a handout for her, they're genuinely trying to help her. But I can understand she felt like, you know what? I was stupid enough. I got myself in this when people warned me not to do this. It was my failure. I did this. Let me figure out a way to get out of this. And if I can't, it is what it is. I respect that. She's taking, you know, ownership of it. I respect it because it was her stupid doing. You know, she was a fool for making that decision. Um, I don't agree with her choice, though, to try to take out a loan, because even her financial advisor, Reggie, was like, yeah, that's not a good idea. And he tried to find her some decent terms or whatever for her loan, but he was unable to do so. I mean, Olivia was pissed when she heard about the loan because she was like, all you doing is adding to your problems. And I do agree. Because it's going to take some time to pay back a big loan. And I'm pretty sure it's going to cost millions to get her, quite a few million to get her share of the hotel back. And how is she going to pay off that loan? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just no way. Is, you know, especially when you got interest rates and stuff like that. Like, no, there's no way she's going to be able to cover it. And even, like I said, her financial advisor told her, listen, do not take out this loan. But you know how Carly is. She's hard-headed. She's stubborn. She's not going to listen. She still wanted to do it. And, you know, once she found out that Willow was pregnant again and stuff like that, she was pretty much destined to her fate. She was, you know, okay with it after a while. She realized, like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to pay back that loan. I'm not going to be able to get my share back. So she pretty much told Reggie, like, you know what? Forget it. I lost the hotel. It is what it is. You know, Michael still wanted to come up with ways to help her and stuff, but she knew it was a wrap. It was over. You know, she's no longer a co-owner. She's okay with that. She's not okay with it, but she don't have a choice. You know, it was just a bad business move. You know, a business move she has to live with at this point. Olivia is, like I said, she's not letting this go. I can't say I blame Olivia because she doesn't want to work with somebody or people that she don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, Olivia still wanted to buy it. It was too late, though, because somebody already, more than likely, you know, they snatched it up already. Because Valentine and Nina were talking, and, you know, they were talking about the Carly situation. And Nina talking about she tired of being a villain. She tired of being a bad guy all the time. So she want, you know, change that. And Valentine told her, he said, well, you need to change that narrative. If you don't want to be the villain, do something to change that image of you, that portrayal of you. I'm guessing she bought it. She gonna buy up that 50% or whatever and try to give it back to Carly, or offer to, you know, take payments or whatever from Carly in order to give it to her. Something of that nature. But if Carly not taking the money from, if she's not taking the help from family members and people that have known her for a long time, she's really not going to take it from Nina, who she considers an enemy. You know what I'm saying? She's really not going to do that. And it is what it is. You know, if I'm Nina, I'm like, shit, Nina apologized a billion times already. What more can you do? You know, if Nina ends up co-owning a hotel, she ends up co-owning it. I ain't gonna be mad at her for doing this shit. Business is business at the end of the day. And she did it in the hopes of finally patching things up with Carly. But of course, Carly not gonna do it. I expect nothing less from Carly. She gonna say hell to the no, as usual. So anyway, moving on from that. Oh yeah, Valentine was trying to tell Nina as well to stay away from Victor. She was like, listen, he was like, if Victor come around, snooping around, trying to talk to you or whatever, stay away from his ass. He was like, because, just stay away from him. I feel him though because I could see Valentine trying to talk to Nina. Anybody that's close to Valentine, of course, Victor's gonna try to talk to them and do whatever. So I definitely understand why Valentine told her to keep her distance from him because he is a crazy bastard. Um. So anyway, moving on from that, Cody is starting to irritate my soul. Like he really is. That grifter. I cannot believe Spinelli of all people allowed Cody to blackmail him with this society setup nonsense. Like Cody pretty much blackmailed him into making sure that him and Britt was a match on that dating site. And I'm like, Spinelli, you are better than this. You've been around Jason for many years now. You haven't learned anything? Like, you really trying to keep this hush-hush that you're the real owner of society setups? Like, for what? What is the big deal about people finding out that you own the damn thing? What's the problem? I wouldn't let nobody blackmail me over that. That's some foolishness. And Cody is coming off like a little stalker at this point because Britt done made it clear she didn't want him. Even if deep down she got some type of feeling for him or she got some attraction to him, she already told you no. So back your little thieving ass up. He a grifter. Little silverware stealer. He ain't stole none yet, but it's only a matter of time. And he came up to Britt trying to get a date, kept on harassing her for a date. And Britt was like, all right, one date, that's it. She was like, because you ain't my type. And he was like, well, maybe you need to date somebody that's not actually your type because you've been dating men that is your type. And how has that been working out? I said, that's touche. You got a point. Sometimes you got to go outside your dating box or whatever to find the right one. Opposites do attract. Britt was just nauseated. Like when she saw Maxie and Austin, just kissing and being all cutesy and stuff like that, she was just like, like she just cannot stand seeing happy couples. And I can't blame her that she got a little hateration in her blood right about now because everybody, a lot of other people around her are happy and she's not. I don't blame her for that, I mean, all these people running around acting all cutesy and shit on the 4th of July and you ain't got nobody. That'll make anybody a little bitter, I'm just saying. Speaking of Austin, what the hell is going on with Mr. Austin? Like, what secrets is he hiding? Because I'm so tired of Maxie getting with these men that got all these little issues and secrets. I'm like, what is going on? He done stepped away to take a private phone call telling somebody, oh, you need to hold up your end of the bargain and not contact me again. Like, who the hell is you talking to? Like, what are you up to, Mr. Austin? Do you owe a bookie some money or something? Like, what are you doing? Who is you talking to? Like, what kind of shadiness you got going on? This is why I wanted Maxie to be single for a while. Because some of these dudes that she talked to are just shady as all get out. And it's time for her to date somebody regular. Or just take some time out for her. You know what I'm saying? Instead of dating all these little shady ass men. I'm just saying. Because everybody just shady at this point. Like, just shady as a palm tree. And she need to move on from that. And he being all secretive and stuff. Because she was, she noticed that something was off about him. And he was like, oh, nothing, just got a lot on my mind or thinking about something or thinking about old memories or whatever. I'm like, sir, what? You know everything that this girl done been into. You know about the Peter situation. You know about all that. So whatever you're hiding from her, you need to tell her before it comes back to bite you in the ass and she has to find out from somebody else what you hiding. Because you hiding something that you don't want her to know. You need to cough it up and let it be known. You know what I'm saying? Like, just let it all out. And let that shit air. Because he need to just tell the truth and shame the devil at this point. I'm liking Dante and Sam, though. I really am. I know Dante and Sam got to be annoyed by now. Because they were all, at the pool and stuff like that, having a good time. Here come Cody. Every time they turn around, Cody always popping up. Like the boogeyman himself. And I'm like, I would get annoyed. Like, sir, we're trying to have a moment. Like, why don't you go find your moment and go about your business so I can be with my boo? Like, I'm just saying. It's the 4th of July. I want to be with my boo. I don't want to be with you. Like, I'm just saying. Cody need to go on somewhere and leave them the hell alone. I like Dante and Sam, though. I really do. I like them as a couple. I was on the fence about them, but the more I see them together, I'm happy for them. I'm rooting. You know what I'm saying? I am rooting for them. I really am. They got to see the fireworks together and stuff like that. They were kid-free. Even though most of everybody in Port Charles, even when they got a kid, they still kid free because all they do is pawn them off on somebody else any damn way. So it don't matter. Anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all all thought about this episode. And I will see you all later. Hope you all have a great night. Peace.